Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Morning Motivation. I pray that you all have had a blessed week so far. Thank you so much for joining us. Today, we are going to talk about how to make friends in church. But the tips that we're going over today is not only how to make friends in church, but how to make friends anywhere in the marketplace, whether you're in school, whatever you might be new to. You might be new to a new city. Okay. You may have just moved to a new city, but this we're going to talk about today is how to make friends. And so I want to start off with this. So in the military, I have traveled from place to place to place to place to place. I think over my 26-year career, I've moved probably about 11 to 12, maybe 14 different places. And so at each location, I had to make friends and basically had to start all over. And this is kind of easy if you are in a career field that has a lot of people. You might work in an office that has a lot of folks in the office. So you can just meet your coworkers and you meet their friends and you meet friends of friends and so forth. But for most of my years, I was in a career field that was very small. I would say probably all of my career, and the office was very small. So when I came into these new environments, there was only like one or two people in the office. And if that person in the office didn't know many people, then you kind of didn't know many people either. But today I want to talk about making friends. And so I was reading an article the other day and it said this, that most people go to churches because they are looking for friendships. They want to be friends with the people in church. And there was a study that was done, and it said this: although people in church are very hospitable and very nice and very friendly, they are not what's the word I'm looking for? They're not friendable. Is that a word? Friendable is not a word. They're people they go to church and they have a great experience. People are friendly towards them, but they don't end up making friends with those people. And so one of the things in the article, it talked about how pastors should teach leaders in their church and their members how to be friends and how to make friends. That way, especially when new members are coming in, you're able to reach out and you're able to make friends with them so that they feel a part of the community. Because many times you'll come into a community and you may, even though you're amongst people, you may be feeling very alone. I know for me, I've gone through this in one of, I would say back in Minot, North Dakota. I was on base, the chapel on base, and I loved everybody there, but I wasn't necessarily making friends. And one of the things I knew for myself that I had to do to stay engaged in church is I had to make some kind of a commitment. So I volunteered. I joined the choir, and through the choir, I met so many amazing friends and friends that, I'm still friends with today and I still keep in touch. So let's go over a couple ways about how to make friends. And first and foremost is you need to, in all things, we're going to start off, you need to be in prayer. Ask God exactly what you want, but not only this, not what you want. God, what is it that you need? Because a good friend of mine told me yesterday that it wasn't about what you want, but what is it that God wants you to have? And there's a difference. So ask God, what is it that he wants in your life? Who are the people that God wants to bring in your life? And so pray, talk to God, be real with God. Say, God, I'm looking for this, or this is what I would like in my life. What do you think? And hear from God. And I believe that when you talk to God about the friends that you're looking for, God will bring the people into your life. So first thing is you have to have an open and friendly mindset. You can't just go into an environment saying, you know what, hey, no, I don't know anybody. I'm not going to meet anybody. No, go into with a mindset of, you know what, hey, I'm excited. I'm in a new environment. I'm going to make some friends. Also, I know it's kind of difficult because we're wearing masks. We're not wearing masks, but a smile goes a long way. Smile and be happy. Show a smile to somebody else. It's very hard for someone to not smile when you smile at them. So show a smile and say hello. A nice greeting to someone. That's a great opening. It shows that you're friendly, you're open to conversation. So show a smile and be happy. Next, ask questions. People love to talk about themselves. It's just human nature. Ask them questions about themselves. Hey, where did you grow up? What hobbies do you have? Tell me about your family. Where did you go to school? What do you like to do? But then also, as you're asking these questions, remember the answers, because later on, maybe the next day, a couple, or next week, if you're in church, you want to come back to that person and remember, continue the conversation. Hey, last week you talked about you like going skiing. How was that trip that y'all went on? This and that. Or how your children, how you said Mike plays on the basketball team. How's he doing? How was his first game? But remember things that people tell you about themselves. That way they know that you're truly listening. And on a side note, listening is a very difficult habit to master, because a lot of people are not good listeners. They think they are, but they're not. But that's a different topic. Next thing, you want to use their name. So somebody comes up to you and they say, hey, so for example, I come up and I say, hey, hi, my name is Lee. And you say, hi, my name is Mike. I'm like, oh, hey, Mike, nice to meet you. Blah, blah, blah. We're having the conversation. Then you're like, you know what, Mike, I really like how you explain that. Or, you know what, hey, Mike, you know what, invite them some more. You know what, hey, Mike, you said you like to go fishing. How about we go fishing sometime? But use their name. That will show appreciation for that person. Excuse me. We all like to hear our name spoken out. I know for me, when you say my name, I just get so excited. It really lets me know that you are paying attention. Next, volunteer, get involved. That's the perfect setting in church. The church is always looking for volunteers. They have this committee, they have a hospitality committee, they have the ushers, they have the choir, they have the parking lot attendants, they have whatever. They have something for everyone. Something for everyone. And if they don't happen to have something, well, you know what? Raise your hand and say, hey, this is what I like to do. And you know what? Your leadership will say, well, you know what? They might say, you know what? We have been thinking about that. We've just been looking for the right person to lead it up. You never know, but don't be afraid to get involved and volunteer, because doing these volunteer things, you are going to be around people. You're going to start conversations. And like we said in the beginning, you're going to be smiling. You're going to talk to them. You're going to be listening. You're going to remember things about them. You're going to use their name, but you're ultimately going to make friends. And that's the goal here. The goal is, how do you make friends in church as well as in other places in your life? Also, stay open. Stay open to meeting new people. So here's an example. This past weekend, my wife and I, we went down to Colonial Williamsburg for our anniversary. And when we first checked in, the receptionist at the concierge desk, that word's a tongue twister for me, but at the desk, she was so nice. She was so amazing. Well, like a day later, we are out. No, wait, maybe it was 2 days later. No, sorry, day later. Anyway, so we're out. We saw this same young lady in the museum. It was her day off. We saw her walking around the museum, and we went up to her and started talking. And my wife is there having a good conversation. And then we walk away, and my wife is like, you know what? She was really nice. I'd like to be friends with her. And I said to my wife, I said, hey, turn around. Let's go back and get her number. And my wife was like, cool. So I waited for my wife. My wife went and went up to her and was like, hey, we had a great conversation. How about if, why don't we get together sometime or talk more or something like that? So they exchanged numbers. But my wife was being open to who God was placing in her life. You never know. If you go in with a closed mindset, that's all you're going to get. You're going to get a bunch of closed doors. But if you go in with an open mindset and you're open-minded to it and you're receptive to what's going on and who you may meet, then God has the ability to pour people into your life. Next thing, attend events, attend your church events. If there's a fair, if there's a function, if there's a concert or something, whatever your church is doing. Now, we're not saying you have to go to everything, because some churches have an event every single day of the week, which is amazing, because what I love about that is it attracts different people to different events. But find those events that you like to go to. If your church is having a yard sale or a craft sale or something like that, or a concert, go. Get out there. If they're having a church picnic, that is just the ultimate invite. Church picnic is code for meet a friend day. So go to your church picnics, get out there and get involved and practice what we talked about early: smiling, being happy, talking to people. But finally, be yourself. Be yourself. Oh, wait, not finally. Another thing, be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Be genuine. Don't put on a facade, but just be yourself. And people are going to be attracted to you. Allow them to be attracted to who you are and what you bring. Additionally, meet friends of friends. So you meet one friend, and then you know what? As you go out with that friend, there might be other friends around, and you can meet friends of friends, of friends of friends, and friends of friends and friends. So you can meet friends through friends. So don't be afraid to be open-minded to that. Also, these days, online, there's so many things going on. They have online meetups. Your church has meetups as well. If you go out to their website and find out once again what events are going on and what meetups they might have. They might have, if you're single, they might have single meetups. They might have couple meetups. They might have um, dog lover meetups. You never know. They have something out there, but online meetups is a great place to meet people in your area, in your community. Don't be afraid to go alone. Okay. So if you happen to be single and you're like, you know what, I don't want to go alone, don't be afraid to go alone. I'm going to tell you this. I have a friend who recently retired from the Air Force, and right now they are on a Southern Asia tour. They're like going to like Bali and Australia, and they went all by themselves, and they call it their solo tour. And that is so amazing that they would just say, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I don't need anybody to go with me. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna have fun by myself. And they, by the pictures, their pictures are amazing. They are having an amazing time touring the world by themselves. And so don't be afraid to get out there. Don't be afraid to go to dinner by yourself, go to an event by yourself, go to the park by yourself. You know, I remember when I was single, it was difficult for me to go to churches by myself. But then I just said, you know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to go. What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen if you go by yourself? And so I went by myself and I met people. So the main point is here that we are trying to meet friends no matter where we are, whether we're in church, because that was the main point of this. How do we meet people in church? First and foremost, we have to show ourselves friendly. Approach people with a smile, approach people with a hello, get to know people. Okay. I'm going to stop babbling for now because we are going long. And but anyway, back to the topic: how to meet friends in church as well as in other places. But don't forget to share, like, and follow. We appreciate your comments. Keep them coming, keeps us motivated. I pray that you once again are having a blessed week. And don't forget to get out there, be open, get out there and meet people. If you want to have more friends in your life, don't be afraid to take the first step. Put on a good smile and have a hello ready for anybody that you meet. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I pray that you all are well, and God willing, we will see you back here again on Monday, 8 a.m. Take care. Talk to you soon, and God bless.